Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. I know there's been a number of people asking me what apps do I use on my primary phone, and if you've watched my channel for a long time you'll know that originally I had all my apps on my primary phone. I did not have a group of phones set up specifically for phone farming. So we're going to look right here. This has the screen of all the apps I use to make or manage what I do with phone farming. And I kind of break them down into a few different types. I have survey apps, as we see up there, and I'll open them up and I'll talk to about each one individually. Then I have a walking app. I don't think I've ever done an actual review on this app. I know I have recommended it to people as an option for a walking app, so I'm not going to talk too much about it because I will do a separate video about it. App Bounty. This is a pay-to-download type of application. It does not run passively like AppLike does, so I like to use it when I go in because you can kind of wait 5 minutes with an app open, and you can do that once or so a day. Has a check-in. Very much just a quick something I have to actively do every day, so it stays on here. It's not something that I keep on my phone farm itself. Then I have down this far end down here, going down, I have Receipt Hog, Coin Out, and Ibotta. I've done videos on all three of these. You should definitely be using receipt apps. You're paying for the products anyway. Why not get some money back from them? Next over, as we head to the left, right underneath of the App Bounty app, I have one set up with some secret shopper apps. Now, I don't do a whole lot of these. I do them if there's ones in the area that I'm in. Unfortunately for me, I don't live near a major city. So if I am over in Orlando or if I am over in Tampa, I will turn this on. If I'm somewhere in the area that has some available, I will use them. I can do videos about them if anybody wants to know a little more about it. I'll just have to take a little more time on when this set up to be able to do it, because I have to make sure I'm out actually able to show you how the app works. You have to be at the location. So I will open them up and at least talk to you about what there are there. Then we have currently really the only perk app that's making me any sort of money, and that's WatchBack. And I've talked about it. I've never done a review on it on the channel. I will actually do one while it's still in its sweepstakes form. I know there's a lot of talk out there in the phone farming community that WatchBack is going to be going to a different format away from the sweepstakes. We'll just have to see what they have to do and see. I haven't really paid too much attention to it, other than the fact that I make sure that I run a few apps a few videos every day that I get a chance to win. I've talked about my earnings with it, but I will do a whole separate video on that as well. So we have Winwalk and WatchBack. Keep an eye out for separate videos. If anybody wants to know about the secret shopper apps and my experience with them, I'd love to I can do a video on that as well. They're very location specific as to whether you're going to get opportunities or not. If you live in a large city, definitely look into them. They have opportunities if you live in a larger city. If you live out in a rural area or suburban area, you may not find as many opportunities with these. Then, of course, I have just my management apps here for Yolato. I don't earn anything with it. I do my daily check-in, and I monitor my earnings, and I do my cashing out from the Yolato app on my primary phone. I don't deal with any of the individual ones on here. They are only to make the money, and I do the same thing with Perk Wallet. Is only for cash out purposes and keeping an eye out on, just seeing how much is coming in as well. Then finally, I have down here at the bottom my selling apps. That is, just apps that I sell resale items or things that I no longer need. A lot of it's recently, it's been a lot of fish equipment. I bought and sold a lot of stuff, and I can talk about those as well when we go in. I've done a lot with Let Go as far as how to post and sell things. If you're interested in those videos, I will. There'll be a card that pops up, and you can take a look at those as well. First, let's go into the survey apps. I have 4 of them. I have done reviews on each of them, so I'm not going to go through and talk about them individually. Surveys on the go. It started off real well for me. Not so good in recent times. As you know, that I haven't had a payout from it this year yet. But most of these are fairly slow, and I do them as I have time. It's not something that I'm spending a whole lot of time doing. iPoll, I've done a video on that as well. It is a survey site. Its cash out threshold is fairly high, so just know that if you're using that, there are loads of survey apps available out there. Then we have Pay Your Selfie. This is a kind of a neat and a unique one where your survey is literally you taking a selfie with the product and topic that they are asking about, and basically you answer a few questions. And I've done 3 cash outs with this app. It is fairly slow earning just because you don't have unlimited. You get whatever they offer you per that week. Most of the time, they have a $1 Saturday survey only that you can go in and do that. And then the last one is Panel App, just super passive app. I check in on it really once a week. I'll click on the app, see how many points. They did double the amount of points you need to cash out, so that has really, brought down the amount. But it is good for a little bit of money each year. I do have it on a few of the phone farming ones as well on separate accounts that, it just sits there. It's easy. It tracks basically where you go and what you do. It does have some survey potential on there as well that you can do, but super passive app. And we'll get back out of there. Winwalk, it's a walking app, counts your steps. You can also do some surveys and stuff on that as well. If you're interested, I will do a whole separate video on that as well. We'll go into my secret shoppers, iSecret Shop and Field Agent. Both of these I have used and I have been paid by. Although, like I said, if it was something I could do a little more consistently, I will do a video on those if anybody is interested in that. I know they're not for everybody. You do have to be willing to go in. Sometimes you have to put money out of your pocket up front to be able to complete the mystery shop. In my experience, I was reimbursed back no problem. I know there are, if you don't follow instructions exactly, you may get stuck not getting paid from these apps. That is one reason that I don't recommend them to everybody. It's not something that you can just kind of go and do here and there. You have to kind of plan it out because it does take a certain bit of experience, and you have to be willing to go and talk to people in the store. And if that's not really your thing, it really isn't my thing, and that's why I don't do more of them. I don't like to just go up and ask the random questions, but you basically need to go through and practice a lot of this stuff before you go. But they are an option out there for anybody that wants to make money at that point. And then finally, I have my apps that I sell on, Letgo and Mercari. I don't think I did. I might have to do a video about the Mercari app because it is definitely different than Letgo. But mostly I use Letgo to buy and sell stuff. It's a great way to, to interact with people around your area or the area you might be in when you're looking for something, and you can find some stuff. Just remember that this is not one that, they ship it to you. Most of the time this is done cash or with PayPal, and you're physically going to meet that person, whether it be their location, your location, or a agreed upon location. This is just an app that allows you to set up that interaction to sell your items. So know that it is not something that you're going to be able just to order something or ship it out to people. It is up to you and the buyer or the seller, whatever you may be doing, to decide how you want to do payment. So as we see, there's what I have on my primary phone. I don't have a whole lot else that I can really go into much more than that right there. You could see you can make money. If you're only using your primary phone, there is nothing wrong with throwing a passive app on there that while your phone's charging overnight, you can run either a pay-to-download app from one of the app-like apps. You could also run a U app or a perk app as well, although currently I'm not going to really recommend either of those two because their earnings just really aren't there. But for a long time I just ran a basic app like or fit play. I let the app run while the phone was on the charger overnight, and that's all the money I made off of it was for that 8 to 10 hours or so that it would run while I wasn't using my phone in the evening or I wasn't using it at night. So just because you don't have, a whole bunch of phones set up this way doesn't mean you can't make extra money with your smartphone, because there are lots of active apps that you can use to make money and to bring in that little bit of extra income that will help you out. So I thank you all for watching. If you like what I do here on the channel, please feel free to subscribe. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. If you have any questions, post them in the comments. If you have any other apps that you like or that you would like to see reviewed, post them down there as well. There is tons of apps out there, whether it be for, buying and selling things, whether it be for phone farming, whether it's survey sites. It's all about getting the information out to folks that I can try it out and know whether or not it's really going to work. I don't try and pass out any sort of bad information. I want to be as honest with my viewers as possible as what's worked for me. And just remember, just because something works for somebody in one location does not mean it's going to work for everybody in every location. I know a lot of things, when it comes down to it, if you live in a major city, it will work better for you. Just because you have a lot more population density, and that allows surveys to be much readily available. It allows also for, like I said, the secret shopper apps with a closer location of stores. It makes it more feasible to do this as a way to make extra money. And I do know, and I have met people that do it for a living. So it is a legitimate way to make money. But you have to be in the right area to be able to do these things. So I thank you all for watching. Like I said, leave them comments, any apps. I know there was a comment left on one of my videos, the weekly wrap-up, I believe, about do I go through the Play Store and find apps? Do I get referred apps from people that want me to review them and stuff like that? And the answer to it all is yes. I do go through the Google Play Store, mostly in the area of the ones that are just being released, or ones that I don't like to go through and do the ones that are highly reviewed, highly recommended, because you can find them anywhere. Although I will talk about them, or if I find one that I really like to use all the time, I will include it as something that I am earning with. But I don't like to necessarily do videos that everybody else is doing. Although in the phone farming community, it's really the kind of thing. There's only so many apps that work. There's only so many apps that make money. And there's nothing wrong with, getting different people's experiences with these apps, depending on where they live and, what their experiences are. Because not everybody has the same feelings about different types of apps, how they like to run their apps, how they get paid by them, and stuff like that. So I like to give you my opinion, whether, 10, 20 other people have made their opinion about it. You know what? My opinion's my opinion, and maybe, it may differ and you may find something different that way. So I thank you all for watching, and as always, have a wonderful day.